Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? It's been a while. So if you're a chicken lover or a fish lover, gather here. Let's cut some chicken and preserve some fish. So on this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can save up some cost by buying your fish and your meat in bulk, and at the same time the best method I have used severally to preserve my chicken and my fish for a long time, even up to 12 months, and it will still remain fresh and good till you eat the last one. So before I started this method, my fish usually turns bitter by the time I'll be finishing the last batch. But guys, since I started using this method to preserve my fish, I realized that it remains as fresh as ever. So every 3 to 4 months I go to the market to buy a carton of fish, depending on the size of your fridge anyway. So if you always have light, why not? So I will urge you to try this method. So whenever I feel like I'm running out of fish, I will go to the market, get maybe a carton of fish. I try to get the bigger sizes, in as much as this time around I didn't get the bigger sizes I usually get, but this one is still reasonably big. So once I get home, I will start immediately to gut the fish, because in order to achieve this goal, you really need to start immediately while the fish is still iced. If you allow the fish to melt down in order to maybe be more easier for you to cut it, you might end up losing the freshness of the fish. And the main purpose of this method is for you to get your fish still fresh as ever. So the first thing I do whenever I come back from the market is to start working on the fish. You don't have to wait for your fish to defrost before working on it. After all, the main purpose of this whole thing is to retain the freshness of your fish. So the more you allow your fish to get defrost, the bad the fish goes. So you have to work as fast as you can and start gutting out your fish. So if you are a fish head lover, just know that you are going to be saving up the head of the fish separately from the main fish. If not, that head of the fish can also make your fish go bitter. So from my observation over the time I've been preserving my fish with the gut inside and the head, I realized that by the time I will be bringing out the fish on and off from the fridge, the whole fish will go all bad. So this time around I resorted to this method, by which I would gut the fish, clean it up very well, then save it up in the fridge as fresh as ever. So the first tip I would like to drop here is that if you are someone who cannot withstand cold, I would say you wear gloves that can prevent you from getting cold. Because at this point my hands were already frozen, like I kept on dipping my fingers in warm water in order to keep going, because guys, I really want to achieve this goal, even though I didn't have time to buy some gloves. But I will urge you to buy one if you cannot withstand the cold. This is how I've been preserving my fish in order to get or to keep my fish ever fresh. So I live in China, where I would say you can get everything you want at every point in time. You can order online also, but I realized that I can go to a supermarket and buy just 3 or 5 sizes of this kind of fish at maybe 45 to 50 RMB, whereas I bought a carton of fish like this at 120 RMB. So if I check the pieces I got from this carton of fish, I say that it's worth it, and this is what can last for like 4 to 5 months for me. I started buying fish in bulk when I noticed that some of my friends around don't buy fish from the supermarket. So whenever we go to buy things from the supermarket, I noticed that they don't buy fish or meat. So then I started asking, and they told me that there is one local market around our side that they usually go to buy things in bulk, maybe in 3-4 month interval. We sometimes, the people that don't have enough storage in their fridge, can contribute money to buy maybe 1 carton and share. So until one day I went to the market with them, and boom, I found out that I could actually get fish that are fresher than the ones that I used to get from the supermarket, and at the same time they are way cheaper. So the first time I bought the fish, I realized that by the time I finished the whole batch, the fish has gone all bitter. And then I realized that I was not storing the fish the right way, which I was supposed not to store the fish with the gut inside. So that was when I started removing the gut from my fish before I store it, and the result has been amazing. So guys, now I have finished gutting the fish. Now it's time to clean up the fish. So another tip I would like to drop here is, as you are cleaning up your fish, do not allow the fish to come in contact with water. What I mean is this: do not clean your fish with water. Just use a paper towel or a cloth like towel, just like the one I'm using now, that is also washable, to clean off the blood. In this case, you can even wash the towel again over and over and keep on cleaning until you remove the remnants of blood of the fish, and then store your fish in the fridge storage. So with this method, I've been able to store my fish for a very long time, and the result has been awesome. Alright guys, thanks for staying with me till this moment, and I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things. And if you truly want to try this method, please try to work faster on your fish, because I realized that as I was filming and working on the fish was losing the eyes, and that is not good for the fish. The main purpose is to retain the freshness of the fish. So guys, remain blessed, and also watch out for the other video where I showed how I usually cut and preserve my chicken. See you, bye bye.